Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today for the first time in what feels like a long time. My man George is pulling up one time for the one time. George, how you feeling today, bro?
Spectacular. Very happy. Very happy with the game. For the first time in all season, I feel proud of a win. Do you know what I mean? For the team, I'm happy with the win. And we did it in like 2022, like Miami Heat style, where we would just have fucking nobody and we'd still win. So it's nice to come back to that, but still a long road ahead.
Yeah, I like proud. Like, because I think I was having a hard time trying to quantify what I was feeling about this game, because it wasn't like I expected this win. I expected it to be kind of like a tough nip and tuck game. And then when we started to lose the handle on, I expected us to kind of like give it away, considering, you know, all the people that we're missing and stuff like that. But to see this team just kind of not give up, stick in it, and just like you said, alluded to the 2022 team, proud is a good word to use to describe it. Rounding out this panel, we got my boy, chairman of the Kane Gang, my boy Kane, Ricky J. Mark. Ricky, how you doing today, brother?
You know, a wise man once said, if it's white, it's all right, but if it's black, you got to run it back. What the hell are you saluting? You call a night, you know what? We just started the show. It hasn't even been 5 minutes. It hasn't even been, 500 seconds? And already I got this guy doing a very suspicious salute down there.
The lag just fucked me that bad, bro.
Hold on, wait. Did you call me a lagger? Are you calling me a lagger? That sounds. I don't like how it sounds.
Lager.
We have plenty of time to persecute George for his failings for the rest of the show. This is not about him right now, King. This is about you. We are asking about how you are feeling and your black excellence and black embodiment. We would like to know how you are feeling. Not forget George for now.
You know what? That's fair. However, it's not persecution. If anything, it's exacting reparative justice. But we'll talk about that later. I feel great. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. My ankle's a little sore, but I'm feeling pretty good. It's kind of funny, this Heat team. What do you expect, right? Like, this is a team that'll struggle against the Pistons, but pull it out against the Cavs. I don't understand it. I really don't. But I'm chilling.
No, for sure. Miami pulled out a 107-104 victory. Primarily on the efforts of Jimmy Butler, 11-19 for 30 points. But due to some of the heroics of Terry Rozier at the end of the game, Brother Man in that fourth quarter was outstanding. Ended up hitting what essentially was the game-sealing three-pointer. And you got a lot of different little knick-knack performances from different guys that we'll try and get into throughout the course of this show. We'll start with you tonight, Ricky. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game.
It is what it is. This was your typical, Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I didn't feel like talking anymore. I apologize. It's weird. Like, I was in the middle of saying something, but then it just stopped. Just come back to me. I don't know what happened.
Do you have a filter over your face, Ricky?
No, he's blurred his background. I want to thank James Todd with the $10 dono. He said, I really hope we can go on a run with these next few games at home. Pelicans, Cavs, Warriors, and Trailblazers. Would like to think we could win all of those games, but we'll lose to Portland. I think that Pelicans game is going to be interesting considering the events of the last game. The Warriors should be a winnable game. They haven't been good at all this season. Trailblazers as well. The second time we play the Cavs is the game that I'm worried about us dropping in that list of games that you just named. But yeah, like I would like to see Miami go on a run, but that's heavily contingent on whether or not Bam Adebayo is coming back. So George, we're going to listen to your thoughts on the game, bro. Go ahead.
I think it was a very fuck that.
Wait. Yeah, hello. Ed, are you in Cleveland?
I am in the city of hell. Yes, I am.
Brother,
Look.
Why?
Where else would you see what's that dude's name? Evan Mobley on a poster.
what was it like being at the game for you, bro? I'm sorry, George. We'll come back to you.
This city is it sucks as much as everyone says. It's terrible. We're waiting for an Uber in 28 degrees weather. Let's see if I get a bit. See, look, this bum, bro. I had this man Jared Allen for 15 rebounds, 15 points. That was a lot. Let me tell you, Nikola Jovic. You kidding me? This team is small as hell. They had this line at 11. 11 points? Are you kidding me? Come on. Hey, but shout out to Scary Terry. My hands are too cold to hold my phone, so I'm head out.
What in the 8 Mile is going on here?
Enjoy the rest of your trip there. Be safe,
That's
bro.
exactly what, bro. It's the first thing I thought. I thought that he was shooting the remake of.
Did you say what in the 8 Mile is going on?
That is straight
Detroit ain't that far.
That movie.
You just call Aunt B Rabbit? That's funny. Want to thank Dan the Film Gent with the $5 don't know. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. Patty Mills is so bad. Boy out there turning into Duncan 2.0 from the 2022 season. Vietnam flashbacks. We'll get to Patty Mills eventually. George, I'm sorry that we cut you off. Want to hear your thoughts from the game, though.
Bro, and it looks like he was an actor paid to like rob Michael B. Jordan in the middle of Creed. Like that's actually what that looks like.
Just
like he
just
steals his girl's wallet, steals his girl's purse, and then Michael B. Jordan has to run after him. That's a great movie, by the way, Creed. Highly recommend.
I've never seen
very quickly. A little bit of news. There is a 95% chance that in 1 month time, I could be in Los Angeles. For a very short stint, but I will be there for 15 days, I think.
That's a long ways away from where we are.
Very.
But let me know when you're out there, bro. I'll see if we can link you up with some. Let's talk about this after the show. Right now, let's talk about the game. Talk about the game.
You're making it about me. I don't know why. I think it's the white me. I don't know.
It's definitely that.
We kept them at arm's reach the whole game. But like, I feel like if you check the score at any one time, it was always we're up by 2, down by 1, up by 2. Like it was controlled. It was a controlled game, which is something that the Heat have lacked all season, which is polish in late game execution and just getting the ball to someone who can actually fucking do something. Now, Terry was amazing tonight in the clutch. He was Terry the rest of the game, but he was scary Terry at the end. He finally did something. He's such the word starting with E for questionable. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
Erratic?
No.
Enigmatic.
The first part of that word. I won't be saying it. He's been like that the entire season. You know what I mean? Questionable performances. Hasn't really been able to hit down the 3 ball with any consistency. But when he does shoot the 3 well, we win. Because it's very important we get those performances. His assists and his playmaking is seen to like take a back seat while he learns how to shoot the ball better and not like Nick Richards. And yeah, I think the rest of the team can be happy with the way they played, except for Caleb Martin because he fucked the line on my bet. He messed it up.
Say it, George.
Say what?
Did you just call Terry Rozier an E nigga at the end of the show?
There's an M-A at the end of that word.
You think that makes it better coming out of your colonizing face?
Come on now.
You want me to say it? You want me to say it?
Hold on.
George, I don't want you to say nothing of the sort. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll
be right back.
I have to be a good parent right quick.
Nah.
That's fine. I'll take over. I'll cook.
Good night.
Wait a minute now. Wait. Hold.
George called me. George saying bad thing.
I didn't say anything. Oh my god, I didn't say anything. That's why I let you guys say it. I'm a seasoned vet. I'm a pro. I'm the Danilo Gallinari of this team.
All right, let's get this show back on track. Oh, look at the future heater. Yeah, that's the young Kane right there. That's my guy. But let's get this show back on track. I think Ricky is sounding the horns, brother. You will be getting a call very shortly to meet before the council. Future member of the basement, absolutely. But no, I do want to just kind of focus on the game for 10 minutes and I've been able to kind of rein
Bro,
it
is
in.
he crop dusting something, bro? Like, what the fuck is that sound?
He's preparing your casket for the ditch that he's about to put you in a second. Ricky, let me hear your thoughts on the basketball game. We'll get to him later on.
Yeah, that's fair. I had to cock something real quick. No, it's not really much of a surprise for Miami to have a game like this because, for better or worse, they are mediocre. And this is one of those nights in which it was better. They held tough with this team. And remember, I think we need to understand something about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They will, they will forever be beneath us. Okay? Forever. They were supposed to face us in the second round, but they saw what was coming and decided, you know what? We're going to let the Knicks take our cookies, so to speak. All right? This is Cleveland, and I don't got no problem with the city. There's a very strong black tradition, so I'm not going to make fun of that city. The city's in the condition it's in for a variety of different policy-related purposes that have to do with gentrification and redlining and poor zoning and corruption and capital, all that stuff. That ain't it. But what I'm saying is Cleveland will always suck as a basketball franchise so long as Dan Gilbert is the owner of that team. Now, they could win 50 games for all I care. It's not going to matter to me. When the Miami Heat go into Cleveland and play, I expect to win. I don't care if Miami is on a 10-game winning or a 10-game losing streak. I expect to win. That's what they did tonight. Not to take too much away from George, even though I would, if anything, be reclaiming land that was my birthright in the first place. Look, they hang tough, and Cleveland showed that, the lights was too bright. And they folded. It's not the first time that's happened. Happened in the playoffs last year. And, let me give you an example. Actually, you know what? I don't feel like giving you an example. I said enough. I said what I needed to say. Whatever.
So to your point about Cleveland kind of like folding, Miami felt like the team that was folding first, because we had established ourselves. Jimmy Butler was extremely aggressive from the opening tip of the game, on both ends of the ball at that too. Like he was getting steals and stuff like that, getting deflections that allowed him to kind of get himself going on the offensive end as well. And we built up like a nice little lead, and then we kind of let that go to waste. It felt like Cleveland made like his run, but Miami was able to respond. So I appreciate that. Let's talk about Jimmy a little bit, George. Best player on the court tonight, in my honest opinion. Like Darius Garland tried to make a conversation out of that in the second half, but Jimmy Butler overall was the best player on the court tonight. Talk about his game this evening.
I think it's clear he was the best player on the court. I don't think you can give that award to Jarrett Allen, who just bullied Thomas Bryant for 38 minutes. Like it was. There's no merit in that. So I 100% give it to Jimmy. Look, Jimmy steps up most of the time. We'll say steps up most of the time. I think Nuez altered my my thinking on the situation with Jimmy Butler. But when he does need to play well, he usually does step up and plays well. With a shorthanded team, the only player really who can spark any sort of confidence, he did it tonight. I think his ability to get to the line is overshadowed most of the time because you usually hear it from the likes of James Harden and stuff like that. You don't really hear Jimmy Butler's name in that conversation too much, but his work getting to the paint, getting it done is it's special, and it helps us win most of the close games over the last few years. This year it's been very difficult for him. I don't think he's played with any intent. I don't think he plays with any strategy sort of thing. He just goes out there and hoops most of the time this season until tonight. So that was the first time I watched him play, and I was like, okay, shit. He's trying to win. He's trying to do something. The 4 steals, huge for us. But I don't know. I think Jimmy's starting to regain a little bit of form, trying to see that, like, okay, we actually have to win because we're the 8th seed. and we don't want to be in a situation where we're dropping any further in the standings. We'd ideally like to go up to 6, but the Magic have that spot by half a game now. So it's all, what is it, 3 weeks left? It's all achievable. But Jimmy really doesn't want to play in the regular season. And you can still see that in the games he plays well. It's not any sort of like complaint about Jimmy and shit like that, but like you can tell he doesn't want to play. Even when he plays well, he doesn't want to play. He walked so Nikola Jokic could run. Stop. I'm talking. Thank you. I really don't.
Fuck you and called you pussy just then. He said something again.
Fuck you, man. That's my dog. I'll say what my dog be saying. It's bullshit. But yeah, look, overall solid performance of Jimmy tonight. If we have any hope of beating anyone else without Bam and Adebayo that season, that's the minimum performance he's going to have to put in for us to win.
Yeah, I think Jimmy like harkens back to something that you said earlier, where it's like that's proud, because I agree with you. Like it didn't feel like Jimmy really wanted to play. He was hoping that somebody else would have been able to carry it. But when he saw early on that probably wouldn't have been the case, and he just took it upon himself, like asserted himself in the game first, and then a lot of the other guys kind of followed that. So like you're proud when Jimmy takes those opportunities because he doesn't normally do it. David Sasson with the $5 dono, appreciate you, gang. He said, "What's up, guys? It's Hard Rock Nick, one of the richest men alive, master of cryptocurrency, and I wanted to report that Tyler Herro is made of polyester, brother." I am not one to judge Tyler Herro's makeup. He did not play again tonight. I am going to continue to try my best not to talk about him when he doesn't play. I would like to talk about the guys on the court. So you're not going to get much Duncan Robinson talking, none of that from me right now. I want to focus on the guys who contributed to this win tonight. Ray Blunt with the $4.99 don't know. He said, Nico and Terry needs to be very impactful for this team like they were today come playoffs. Do you guys agree? I think maybe – okay, so here's where I am on that. And I think we can toss this around since he added a dono onto it. I think for me, Terry Rozier absolutely has to be as impactful as he was today in the playoffs in order for Miami to maximize kind of what they can be or what they'll eventually do. I think Nikola Jovic, initially I was of the mind that he wouldn't be even in the rotation. But I think that's kind of gone by the wayside. I think he's kind of earned at least a couple of minutes. I don't know how much I want to rely on him or like put any expectations. And the same goes for like Jaime Jaquez. Both of these are young players. This will be their first time like with actual playing time in the playoffs. I don't want to kind of put any bar, but I do think Nico will be important to how Miami starts games. And so as long as he's able to help them start games off well, then I think he'll serve his role. But I don't have any I don't want to put him too high on a totem pole of what I expect or who I expect to deliver come playoff time, because we have other guys that are better than that. Do I know who Hard Rock Nick is? No, I do not, brother. It sounds like a name I would absolutely not need to know nothing about, David. But yeah, I want you to answer the question.
Very quick.
Interrupting black men now.
Okay, 100% for this.
You know that's what he do.
For this, I have just received a delivery. Okay, that's why I went to the door. That's why the camera is off. I just got a delivery, and it is Tyler Herro's very own new knee. Tyler Herro has got a new knee, and it's on the way to South Beach.
George, do you know that Tyler Herro's knee is not what's keeping him out of games? Tyler Herro's
Absolutely not.
Tyler Herro's foot is what's keeping him out of games right now.
Well, I'm going to return this and then I get another one.
Let us know when the new foot comes in. He probably still won't be playing by then.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Ricky. I want you to kind of answer that question. I'm gonna throw it to you next, George. But Ricky, I want you to answer the question. Like, how do you think that Terry Rozier and Nikola Jovic need to be impactful for us come playoff time?
100%, because who else is going to do it? I mean, we're now talking about a team that is known for its depth, especially this season. Remember, we didn't really get that much better. I mean, okay, yeah. Excuse me. It's true. Duncan Robinson has had a resurgence, and we applaud the contributions of Jaime Jaquez. Let me pause for a second. Dan, I got my eye on you. Okay, I'm watching you, Dan.
Relax yourself.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's move on. But no, like everyone is going to have to bring it. I mean, even back in 2022, when Miami managed to get the first seed somehow and made it all the way to the conference finals, game 7 at home, even then I said they needed a lot of things to go right for them in order for them to be successful in their endeavors. And so for something like this, you're going to need Bam to be aggressive. You're going to need Jovic to contribute in any way he can, preferably in terms of shooting and stretching the floor. You're going to need Patty Mills to find his jumper. You're going to need Terry Rozier to not only be aggressive, but to pick his spots, play within himself, and not shoot himself and the team out of a game. You're going to need Jaime Jaquez to just be steady. I don't need him to average 30 and 12. Be the intangible type of player that we need out of you in order for you to really contribute. Because if he does that, the same way with Caleb Martin, that could very well win you a playoff game when everything else seems to be coming out of left field. A huge play here and there could win you a game or two in a key crucial round. But ultimately, I want to go back to Jimmy Butler just for a moment. I think we need to understand and we need to realize that you see the stat line that he put up tonight, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. That is supposed to be, and I know it's not, I know we shouldn't expect it at this point. That is supposed to be another day at the office for him. I'm not talking about April, May, when the playoffs come. Because if that's another day at the office for him, and Bam does what he's doing, and Duncan is doing what he's doing, then this team is a lot better than the 37 and 31 record they're at right now, or I think 38 and 31 record that they're at right now. This is a team that is probably looking at 50 wins, like a healthy 50 wins, not like a barely got there 50 wins, like 50 and 32, where one game determined the difference between 50 and 32 and 49-33, and that game was decided by less than 5 points or something like that. That's not really an authentic contending, at least conference contender. Okay, so unfortunately, we don't have that. So what you're going to have is a collective effort. And quite frankly, I'm not sure this team is equipped to do that. That said, the Miami Heat are going to win the NBA championship. And if you disagree, you hate children and you're a racist.
Fuck is you talking about? But Ricky, I agree with you on your latter part about Jimmy Butler. If he played like this, if this is supposed to be like, this should be kind of like another day at the office. And if it was, we would be a much better team. And maybe we'd be a little bit closer to kind of like the perceived whatever Miami Heat is in the eyes of the fan base. We'd be a lot closer to that if Jimmy Butler did this on a regular basis. Here's where I'm having trouble with the expectations from Nico, or kind of like that you articulated. I feel like because Spo will have to he'll have to shorten this rotation, there won't be opportunities for Nico to contribute like he did tonight. Like, there won't be 33 playoff minutes allocated to Nikola Jovic for the playoffs, because I believe that there's going to be a heavier dosage, albeit he was terrible tonight. But I believe like a heavier chunk of those minutes will be given to Caleb Martin, or like some of those minutes will be going to Tyler Herro when he's back. But a bulk of them will also be going to Kevin Love, because that's who we have as the backup big. We had Nikola playing backup center tonight, and you know what I mean? Like, he did well, like in the zone. He played well defensively, in my opinion, but like those minutes will be allocated to different guys when we get healthy. That's why I see his role being minimized, as opposed to somebody like Terry, who's the starting point guard, and there isn't much like competition for the role that he serves. George, I want to hear you answer that question. Like, how important will Terry and Nico be to the playoffs?
I think hugely, and mostly because of their offense. Because in a series like the Celtics series, where you've got 4 incredibly talented players, offensive powerhouses in the league, I wouldn't call Derek White an offensive powerhouse, but he can get it done. He shoots the 3-ball well. You got Porzingis, you've got Tatum, you've got Jaylen Brown, you've got a bunch of people there that can score in bunches. So someone like Bam's role is going to look very different come that series, because we now look at him, someone who stretches the floor a little bit with these threes, and that's all been great to see. Pressures the rim, does a whole bunch of like great stuff in the paint. And we talk about his defense. Now, in that sort of series, his role will change to more of a defensively focused role if the team is smart. I'm not saying that he won't be scoring at least 15, 20 points a game, but it's going to look less like an obligation. And he is then obliged to defend those players at the highest level. And that's the point. It's that's why it's someone like Terry Rozier, someone like Jovic, someone like Caleb Martin, Patty Mills, Jaime Jaquez. That's why those players are important. Yeah, because some of them are two-way players and they do that really, really well. But offensively, if they can get their shots up, if they can shoot a high percentage, if they can shoot in opportune times and hit their free throws too, that's what they're there for. Because Bam's going to have his hands full trying to guard these players. So you're not going to get the same offensive production. He's not going to be looking to get his shot that much. He's going to be looking to stop transition buckets. He's going to be looking to guard the three-point line, guard the paint at a higher level, and that's what he's doing. So those players are going to look more important come that time, especially Terry Rozier, in my opinion, because we don't know anything about Terry Rozier, because we don't know anything about Tyler Herro. What you have to understand is when a player is out for that long, and I know it's disgusting.
Bro, listen, I'll just tell y'all right now. Y'all keep me updated on how many likes we got. It says 138 views. By my track, we got 252 people watching, but that's a combination of all 4 platforms that we're streaming from right now. Right now, we're currently streaming from YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you follow us on any of those platforms, great. If you do not, make sure that you leave us a like or subscribe on any of those platforms, but particularly on YouTube. We'd like you to like our content here. We'd like you to go ahead and subscribe to the network. We do a lot of good content here. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We are almost I know 29 is a hurdle that we must overcome first, but 3,000 is the goal. So we want to try and get to 3,000 before the end of this season. Justin let me know last night that he was like, if we get to 3,000 subscribers, it was someday in April. So in the next month or so, he was like, we'll have gained 1,000 subscribers in 1 year's time, which for us is a big accomplishment. So help us accomplish that goal by subscribing to our YouTube channel. But yeah, also go over there and make sure you follow us on Twitch. Like, we're doing gaming content over there. I don't know when George gonna get his ass back on there, but he need to. But yeah, it's a lot of shit going over there. But yeah, we appreciate everybody who's in the video. Appreciate y'all. But make sure y'all leave us a like on this YouTube video, trying to help kick the algorithm's ass.
Let me finish what I was saying very quickly, because I was about to get to a point. Terry Rozier, like I said, is going to become more and more important, because when it comes to Tyler Herro, we don't know anything. And I'm talking, that's a compound of 2 different things. The fact of the matter is he's missed a large portion of this season. So the player that he was before may very well not be the player we get when he returns. So that injury could have fucked with him. We don't know. And not just that, come playoff time, we don't know what we don't know what Tyler Herro can do. We don't. Or we do, but it's not good. We don't know if he's going to make any improvements come that time, which is just as bad. It's just as bad to have that sort of situation. So the team that you're working with now, I'm talking including Doug Robertson, who wasn't playing tonight, including Bam, who wasn't playing tonight. But those players, including DeLon Wright, DeLon Wright, Patty Mills, and Terry Rozier, they're going to be hugely relied upon in that playoff time, because we got 3 weeks left. Tyler Herro doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon. We got the report initially saying, "Oh, it's not a big issue. He's been out for 2 weeks."
So Jordan, I want to piggyback off of that what you just said right quick, because I think it's interesting. Yes, we have no definitive timeline on kind of like Tyler Herro's return. We were also told by some media outlets that the Patty Mills signing was not at all related to Tyler Herro's injury, and yet and still Tyler Herro's initial replacement is Duncan Robinson, and when Duncan Robinson is injured, the person that we're starting in what would have been Tyler Herro's place is Patty Mills and not DeLon Wright, who was on the roster. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of like context, there are layers to kind of like opinions surrounding this issue, but like it's just
a bullshit sandwich. It's a bullshit sandwich. Man.
It's correct. Like I feel like there will be a lot clearer vision of kind of like what we should expect from Tyler Herro if there was a lot more honesty involved in kind of like what the issue is with Tyler Herro. Because initially he was out for a knee, now it's a foot. Then he needed injections. It's a pain tolerance issue. I don't really know definitively what the fuck is wrong with Tyler Herro. Why has he been out so long? Why is he not playing? Like, I'm not going to go on a Tyler Herro rant. I don't really want to do that.
His pussy hurt.
Yeah, Chris Creole King 33 with the Creole King. I'm sorry. He said, Kane Gang, quick question. Since Bam shooting threes, could he be a mismatch nightmare at the 3 spot? Inquiry minds want to know. I think as long as Bam is taking shots within the flow of the offense, then adding the 3-point game can help. I don't necessarily know if that needs to be a primary form of offense for him. I don't want him, hovering at the 3-point line. Like that's not what I'm looking. Like the shots that he's taken over the past couple of games, they're absolutely within the flow of the offense. They're rhythm shots. They're shots he's capable of making. But I don't need him becoming 3 reliant. I would like for him to continue to do what he does and just extend his range slowly but surely. And I think what he's doing now is evident of like him continuing in that process.
We need him scoring more than 4 points in the second half too, by the way.
Absolutely.
Just putting that there.
Absolutely. No, brother. You are right on, bro. Like we need Bam to be aggressive. And if him being at the 3-point line hovering is allowing him to get open shots, then I would 100% support him adding that as a part of his game. But the overall aggression needs to be there no matter what the circumstances are, whether he's shooting threes or getting in the paint. I think he needs to be there. Go ahead.
People like to talk about the fact that he's added the threes to his game, which I think is a tremendous feat for him. It's something that you can tell he's been dabbling with, and he wants to do. Finally has the opportunity to go and do it now. What I don't like is when people start to say that it's adding like a new dynamic to the team. To his game, yes, 100%, but not to the team. The fact of the matter is the defense is going to leave him open from 3 more times than not. It's not like, shit, he made 5 in a row. Like five in a row. Scouting report, Bam Adebayo hits threes at an 100% level. It's not like that. They're not going to respect him from there. It's now on him to make sure that the defense has to guard him. And it's not at that point yet. So they're not flashing to the 3-point line. They're not trying to box him. There's a whole bunch of shit they're not about to do. So now Caleb can cut the basket more efficiently, and Jimmy can do the same thing. No, it's not how this is going to fucking work.
Yeah, no, George, I agree with you in principle. Like I think you're absolutely spot on with what you're saying. I think part of the process starts with him shooting it and making teams respect him from that range. So like if he doesn't ever shoot it, then he won't. But I agree with you right now. Like at this current stage, like nobody cares whether or not Bam makes 1 or 2 threes in the game. They don't view it as something that they need to stop in order to stop the Miami Heat. So I agree with you in there. But Dan the Film Gent came through with a bar of a lob right here. My boy said, roses are red, violets are blue. This team needs insurance, so get James Pugh. Woo!
3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. Don't complicate insurance, I can't wait. Do you need the extra do so? Call James Pugh at Simple Health Advisors. He is not a liar, so pick up the phone and call Simple Health Advisors. Hey, bro, just because of that little jig, I don't even remember the man phone number. Not finding it, so we have to see it.
So yes, indeed, we would like to thank the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network, which is Simple Health Advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email our guy James Pugh or give him a call today and tell him that the Basement sent you. You can email him at jpugh, that is JPOUGH, at simplehealthadvisors.com, or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Again, that phone number is 321-345-7738. Now, my boy Dan the Film Jet did an amazing job with that lob. I'm gonna need y'all to get more creative with the lobs of our other sponsors, which is Aim High, Hit Higher Enterprises. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, our other sponsor. How dare you, Georgiathan? Our other sponsor are the people, DJ Dynamite, and the people over at Aim High, Hit Higher Enterprises. As you saw in the video, they do lighting, weddings, parties, graduations, proms, anything that you need in terms of DJ and entertainment services. You can reach out to Aim High, Hit Higher Enterprises. Email him at jament@aimhighhithigher.com or text him at 561-592-4146. Again, that's texting him at 561-592-4146. 846. So we appreciate both of our sponsors. Let's get back to the game. But before we do that,
I'll take this one, Royal.
Go ahead, George.
One. Scale Daddy with the $50 donation. That's some.
Yeah.
Good brother. He jumped. He left the studio. Perfect
I'll take
timing. Go ahead, brother.
I got this one, Royal. Thank you, Scale Father, because there's only one daddy. For the $50 dono, some real hoop out there today. Great to see. I also want to go ahead and thank my fellow comrade in arms, Nick A, for the $4.99 dono. $4.99 dono from a Knicks fan. Appreciate y'all for real. I love you, brother. Welcome home.
I ain't gonna hold you, Ricky.
Yes.
I seen his donation,
but you ignored it.
I was like, oh, brother, I'm not reading that shit. Fuck you and your money, Nick. Don't care. Your franchise is puke worthy.
Well,
it is garbage.
I mean,
we're gonna beat your fucking ass in 5. Brother, I
don't Steve, go, son.
You gonna need 7. You gonna need 7 for that. But you know, Dan, I see you. Yes,
when have we ever needed 6 for or 7 for the Knicks? Well, shut up. Don't answer that question because this is not the 90s. In the last couple years, when have we needed anything more than 6 for New York?
So here's the thing. Dan, I told you I was watching you, right? I told you I was watching you. First, you did that thing a little bit earlier that, and then you want to go and steal my bag? Dan. Oh, Dan, hear these words, okay? Listen quick, okay? Casting shadows, mimicking, it's not your trick. Forge your path, let your own light flick. For stealing a gimmick is thin ice, slick, okay? Craft your tale in your own unique mystique. In originality, find the treasure that you seek. Let my gimmick be. Let it speak its critique. For in your true self lies the peak you should peak. Let's move on with the rest of the show. All right. I'm pretty much finished with my thoughts. And don't let me catch you slipping out here, Dan. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just mute my mic.
All right. Can we inject some
my dog Holland said plagiarism is the most sincere form of flattery. Yes, it is. He said, thanks, Ricky J. Seuss. Someone said rhyming peak with peak ghost stuff. Hey, bro. I heard Jack Harlow rhyme 100 grand out with 100 grand out. In Churchill Dimes, he said, my grandfather would have a heart attack if I pulled 100 grand out, so I'm not going to pull 100 grand out. The worst bar I've ever heard in all of rap history. But he said it, and he also made a song about Tyler Herro, which shows that he makes bad life choices. We haven't gotten to any other players. George, pick a player that we have not talked about yet. Talk about them.
All right, let's get on the list. Thomas Bryant. All right, we're going to go with Thomas Bryant. It's not bad, huh?
He was good.
Thomas Bryant was okay. And you know what okay means in backup Heat history centers?
It means fantastic.
It means okay means good. Good means the best we've had in about 5 years. Thomas Bryant looks like he could hold his own for a solid 5 to 8 minutes on the court at any one time. And let me say, he might be the best backup center we've had on the team since Chris Berman Anderson.
Kelly Oubre would like a word.
Kelly Oubre was never on this team.
Kelly
shoot. Wow. Kelly Olynyk. Wow.
I can see the similarity though. They look the exact same.
Wow.
Okay, no.
God. Colin just said something about her piano, and it made me prepare something. But
we do not care about Holland's piano. We care about the nasty man giving us $50 more. He said, "What does Nick Kerr rhyme with, George?"
Liquor.
Whoa, hey, yo.
Bro. Hey, listen. This is a family show. This is a family show, George. This is a family show. You know what I mean? We do support what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
A flicker of light. That's another one it could be. Look, see, and now my Ricky.
There we go. Okay, George. But yeah, I want you to get finish getting your shit off about Thomas Bryant.
Thomas Bryant. Okay. Like I said, Thomas Bryant has been employed by the Miami Heat for one. Fuck you. For one job and one job only. When Bam Adebayo is either tired, in foul trouble, or not healthy, your job is to get in there and to be a fucking cone in the paint to stop people from doing shit that they would run.
Whoa, a what?
A cone.
You see, your accent makes that sound sus.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a little close to coon. You know what I'm saying? I heard it too, Kane. You know what I'm saying? Hold me accountable for keeping this.
You know, there's a brand in Australia with that word, and it's a cheese brand.
What they got to do with you?
I suggest
it don't got nothing to do with me.
I suggest you never bring that in these streets.
That's what I'm saying. Don't think just listen. I don't look. Australia might be far away, but I'm one of them brothers that could swim. Okay, I grew up in the suburbs.
Hey, first of all,
all I know is
I used to be a lifeguard, so I can swim too. But I have reached the point where I can buy airplane tickets.
Ooh, teach these devils. Teach these devils.
All I know is I'm looking for some cheap accommodation in America. When I get over there, there's this place in Chicago. I can't really say the name of it, but it's apparently it's a really cheap accommodation.
Second housing?
He's marking
what
affordable,
housing?
Not affordable housing is what it's called.
I'm seeking affordable housing. What are you talking about?
George,
he's trying to live that life. Excuse me.
George,
we're not a tourism visit.
You talk about You talk about for your Airbnb while you're in America.
Yes.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Okay.
Yeah, holla at me, bro. But yeah, Ricky. Anybody that we didn't. Well, to George's point about Thomas Bryant, I do agree. Thomas Bryant was serviceable, which in our language is good for a backup big man. But also to his credit, and I don't want to leave him out, Orlando Robinson was also pretty good in his stint on the court as well. So the backup bigs or the bigs that we have available today, they did hold it down in their own way. Now, of course, Jared Allen had 25 points because that's going to happen. But relative to their prior goddamn showings this season, I thought Thomas Bryant and Orlando Robinson did really well tonight. Ricky J. Mark, pick somebody who on the roster who we didn't talk about tonight and talk about him.
Who didn't we talk about tonight? Caleb Martin hit 1 field goal and 2 free throws tonight. Now, we know what he brings to the table, and it's more than just, it's more than just. It's more than just that. But I'm gonna need him to start hitting some shots. All right, that's gonna be needed. Like, remember, one of the reasons why he was seriously considered as the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals was because he was hitting shots in addition to everything else he was doing, right? So I'm gonna need him to do that. I want to go ahead and in the middle of my thoughts, I want to go ahead and thank Jess the Bless for the $4.99 dono. Resting Jimmy and Bam in the fourth has to stop if we want to make the playoff in the top 6 seed. Jess, I'm gonna need you to divorce yourself from the idea that the Miami Heat will get the 6th seed. Okay, I mean, if you're aiming for that, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because as good as this team can play without Bam, without Duncan Robinson against a pretty solid, though inherently weak Cleveland Cavaliers team. Remember, this is the same team that needed, like, I think, a combined 10 points to beat the Detroit Pistons in 3 games or something like that, okay? Keep that in mind, right? So I think you need to just be happy if they get to the playoffs, past the play-in, and then we go from there. Because right now,
What's wrong with the 16 though, Ricky?
The 6 seed mean you're not in the play-in, and I'm quite frankly, I'm not convinced that they're good enough to worry about that.
They're only half a game back, though. You don't think it's it's realistic?
It's March, and with this
Ricky,
team,
just being under like the teams in that general and I'm gonna come right back to. I don't know if he's frozen, but like the all of the teams kind of in that little chunk are around the same. Like it's not like Miami is leagues behind the teams all competing for the 6th seed. Miami is in that range. Like their team is capable of kind of acquiring.
And Royal, I don't disagree with you at all. The thing about this team is that it's very enigmatic. See how I said that, George?
Just have to enunciate, George, and then
there you go. Put that thing out there, hey yo. No, really, because it's like this is a team that can blow through an entire conference, but then lose to Portland or struggle against Detroit. You know what I mean? What was that? What are you doing?
That's a Euro step, bro.
What is that? An Aussie step? That's not a Euro step. The Euro step is a lot more elegant than that. I know that for a fact.
Don't tell me about the Euro step.
He was just complimenting.
Where are you at right now?
I am Euro. What are you talking about?
He was about to call you.
Finish that sentence.
I saw his mouth warming up.
Dima like yes.
Oh yeah?
Gase do mutrasu.
Scatahissimo. Fuck is you talking about?
Congratulations. I speak a language inspired by your conquerors. I'm not impressed.
We conquered. We conquered.
Hold on.
We conquered.
Oh, what came after the Greek Empire, friend?
The French Revolution.
The Roman Empire. And what was the main language of Rome? Not Greek, so much actually. The empire itself, but Rome.
Greek was the number one spoken
You're not listening.
It was
You're not
Greek
listening.
and Latin.
I didn't say
it was Greek.
No. I said Rome. Not the empire itself. The empire itself was Koine Greek. I'm aware of that. But they spoke Latin in Rome. They made that very clear. And from Latin came what? French, Spanish, a little bit of Portuguese.
Latin,
not so much English, because English is a Germanic language. However, there were many loan words taken in to the English language by the Normans who invaded England in the early. What?
Hey guys.
What's up? What can I do for you?
Stick to hoops, bro.
I am sticking to.
No, you are teaching people. You are teaching people history. They don't care about history on this network. We will do this after the show. They don't understand that our conversations are more diverse than the Miami Heat. They don't come here for the diversity of our conversations.
You want to talk about history, Royal? You want to talk about history? How about we talk about what Anthony Edwards is doing in the league right now? He's making it.
Yeah, why not? By the way, that wasn't a dunk.
Careers back to back. It was a fucking real.
I don't want to talk about Anthony Edwards. I want to talk about the Miami Heat. Let's talk about their next game. Because
it's fun.
I know. I watch other teams because it's fun. I talk about the Miami Heat because that's where we get interaction. That is how we built our. Come on, guys. Let's do the show, bro.
All right, fine.
Let's talk about the Pelicans.
Let's finally talk about Patty Mills. How about that?
Okay, you can talk about Patty Mills, bro.
He fucking sucked today.
He was
bad. Like, and I'm not here to make any fucking jokes about Indigenous people, Australian people. That's not my bag. That's not what I'm about to do. Okay? But I'll tell you something right now, Patrick Mills. You will not be donning the green and gold come Olympic time if you keep playing this sort of ass.
Shad, I see him too.
Hey,
man.
yo.
Shad, I see him too, Shad. I am very aware of what this man has going on right now. Richard J. Mark.
That's not my name. I actually have an Australian rugby ball in my room right now.
Why? Do you have that? I don't even have that shit.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
You go do that.
He is talk about the Heat. Why are we doing this?
DeLon Wright was brought in as a point of attack defender who can also shoot the ball, kind of. Why the fuck we needed Patrick Mills too? I don't know. In all honesty, I don't fucking know.
He was Tyler Hero Insurance, but DeLon Wright was actually pretty good
tonight.
Let
them see you here because the network will freak out. Oh,
who are you talking to, Richard J. Mark?
No one. That's not my name. Ha! Yeah. You like it. Size
Very
5,
nice.
because we don't. I'm saying like it's beautiful. It's very how should I say, tribal? No, not tribal. That's not even the proper term. I don't know, but I don't know if they still sell this on Gilbert, but Oh, hey Royal, how you doing, buddy? What's up,
Ricky?
man?
Ricky,
Let's
who are you talking
let's get back to Heat.
Can
What's
I
going
finish off my rant about Patrick Mills?
I want to finish up this show because it is going on so many different directions. I don't know what the hell we are.
The people want it. The people want it. The people want to hear about me talk shit about my the countrymen.
Go ahead.
Look what I've done. Aston Malcolm. I respect the last name. I like it a lot. Okay, but I'm sitting here and I will tell you something about Patty Mills. If he doesn't get his fucking shit together, you'll be transferred to the fucking backup 4 position in which every other player has failed in fucking Miami history. You will be the next Trevor Ariza. You will be Solomon Hill without the fandom.
You will be
Casey fucking Parler. That's
Too
who
soon.
you will be. Not too soon. Not
Too soon.
No. It's bullshit. We've given him too much bullshit.
Good brother.
And I'm sitting here.
2 hours of a stream.
500 right now, and we do it. 2 hour stream.
Listen, brother. Well, first of all, I'm gonna put something on the screen that both Ricky and George understand that some of you may not. But good brother, there will be no 2 hour stream. You hear me? You hear me? Y'all see what's on the screen, George? Ricky?
Ah, yes.
There will be no 2 hour stream this evening.
Hey, Sin. I like it. All right. I mean, I hate it. It's terrible.
Okay. The New Orleans Pelicans. Ricky, the boy feeling good.
I never got to talk about my player, by the way,
I
because
don't care.
George kept interrupting me. And you know what I'm saying?
George's
Holland
turn.
is dropping facts about Tyler Herro.
The boy feeling good.
Tyler's not Greek, Holland. Shut up.
Whoa. Manners maketh the man, sir. All right.
Hey now. Shout out to the Kingsman. The Kingsman, if you will, my boy. You know what?
Easy.
Go ahead, bro.
Jeez.
Was that from Scooby-Doo?
Relax yourself, brother. Every king is allowed to make his own crown, okay? For those of you who don't know, that's what the Kane Gang symbol is. It is a crown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, my crown changes every episode.
Correct. So Ricky is allowed to make his crown however he sees fit. But yes, it's a crown, bro. Like, that's what it is. But go ahead, Ricky. Talk about your player.
Yeah, my son did very well tonight. I mean,
no, he didn't.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I thought I was.
Oh no, you talk about Nico. I mean, like, Jaime Jaquez was terrible though.
Oh, that's my nephew.
Yeah, I know.
See, it's kind of tough given that I can't call him my nephew and then, his. Yeah,
correct.
That's weird.
There's a lot of that means that you've been jumping different islands and stuff like. I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother. I know you're a well-traveled man. You know what I'm saying?
Guadeloupe is beautiful this time of year.
Culturally diverse, one may say. You know what I'm saying? The most well-traveled man in the basement is what some call you here. Behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's like at least 2 other people.
Oh, yes, indeed, brother. Yes, indeed, brother. You are also a Kane. Just letting y'all know, all of you brothers out here, you good brothers and sisters, y'all are Canes and Queens on this network, brother. Go ahead, Ricky. Talk about your player, and then I want you to talk about your prediction for next game versus New Orleans.
Yeah, so the Pelicans game is going to be tough because Zion Williamson. Oh, that came out really weird. Zion Williamson is playing his best basketball in a while.
It feels like he's turning the corner, Ricky.
Yeah,
it feels like he's turning the corner.
It's looking really good for him, and quite frankly, I'm happy to see it. I just hope he continues to get in better shape. I hope he continues to stay focused because when he's at his best, I mean, y'all remember what he was doing at Duke? Like that had the league feeling some type of way, especially heading into that draft lottery and that draft itself. But no, I mean, the Pelicans are an interesting team because what we've seen out of them the last 2 years leads you to believe that if they perhaps either move one or more players, get the right, maybe even point guard in there. I mean, unfortunately, the Lonzo Ball experiment didn't work out. It's a shame what's happened to his career. then they could legitimately occupy some of the spaces that, say, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the not Dallas. They don't play defense. But teams like that, they could very well occupy those spaces for years to come because their core is still pretty young. Willie Green, who I remember on the Sixers, is a pretty young coach. And that's the only thing, number 33 or something like that. Like, it was.
I remember Willie Green as a player, bro. Like, in the fact that he's
2K, like, yeah, it's wild. Like, it's scary.
I felt the same about Luke Walton when he became the coach. I'm sorry, like, it's intense.
Yeah, no, it's triggering because I'm still, in a way, I'm kind of not over the 04 finals, and that's a whole nother conversation altogether. But no, like, I think they're one corner away, quite frankly, from really morphing into a serious contender. It's just unfortunate that it's all happening in a place like New Orleans, because here's the thing: I have nothing against the city. I haven't been. I look forward to visiting someday and enjoying like Bourbon Street and all that other stuff.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But it feels like perhaps the market might be holding them back as far as them not getting the buzz they wanted or that they deserve. But either way, that's irrelevant. That's for another day. It's going to be a tough challenge for Miami because we don't know how Bam is going to be in time for that next game. We don't know about Duncan Robinson. And quite frankly, when you've got a monster like Zion Williamson, Zion smash. Like, I mean, you're going to need a Bam out there to at least slow him down. As good as Orlando Robinson and Thomas Bryant played tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I mean, consider the fact that Jared Allen dropped 25 and 20 on our front line. Okay? Yeah. He don't do that every night. And Jared Allen, he's not a slouch. He's solid, right? But if he's getting 25 and 20 on your front line, if Zion is pissed off, all right.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Like the outcome of the next game to me is heavily contingent on whether or not Bam plays, because I just like you said, like I agree. They played well tonight. I have little to no confidence in their ability to deal with kind of like the problems that a New Orleans Pelicans will present, specifically
when it comes 15. To Zion.
You know what, Ricky J. Mark? I moved. George, the boy feeling good.
It's as simple as this. If Bam Adebayo plays the game, we will be fine. If the New Orleans Pelicans are healthy and they versus a Bam Adebayo-less Miami Heat team, we are in some fucking trouble. You thought Thomas Bryant was playing well when he comes against the human trampoline himself. You know, Captain Whopper, whatever the fuck you want to call him, the fat man. It's fucking over because he's not fat anymore. They said I think he dropped 30 pounds or something like that since the All-Star break. He looks
25. Like, it's 25 pounds.
25? I'm sorry. I was close.
Yeah, it's cool.
He looks fit. He looks ready to go. It looks like Stephen A has done his job and trying to motivate him by calling him fat and disgusting and trash at the game. And he called him an embarrassment at one point, which I'm like, fuck, imagine sitting there. You're on a big contract. You're trying to do your best out there and someone says you're an embarrassment. It's crazy.
Yeah, I count my money and go to sleep.
Egos get bruised, though, Ricky. Egos can get bruised.
Fair, but he's gonna. I'd rather cry in my big house.
Even the shiniest jewels get scratched sometimes.
Not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I'd much rather be in my feelings in a 20,000 square foot palace.
Hey, brother, fuck yeah. Listen, brother, my pity party in my mansion is going to be elite. So I agree with you 100%.
With a bottle of Dom Perignon, and then
you feel me?
A big Cuban, and then you're sitting there happy as anyone.
I know exactly.
Oh, they don't like me.
So I'm thinking about this game. It's in the same terms that you guys are, bro. Like, if Bam does not play, then I see the front court of Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas kind of having their way with whatever Miami trots out there. Like, I thought last time they played New Orleans, Nico did a very good job because he was on Jonas Valanciunas and let Bam kind of take the Zion assignment. I think that could work. You know what I mean? As long as you have Bam. If you don't have him, then there's no hope Zion is going to have his way, as well as Jonas Valanciunas is also going to do some damage. But if Idris does suit up, y'all listen to me very closely. The Heat about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Easily at that. Listen, Bam will have 30 points in a revenge game against them boys. Unlike Nico versus the New Orleans Pelicans. I like the way he played that game the last time we played them. And so I'm looking forward to him having another solid game. The Duncan Robinson thing, back issues are tricky. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful when considering back issues. Bam has a back issue. Duncan has a back issue. And so I think if they have to, Miami will err on the side of caution heading into the playoffs and not playing them if they just can't go. But if both of those guys play, I think Miami has as good a chance as anybody in terms of beating New Orleans, because New Orleans, they're young and they don't really have a point guard. Like, their point guard is CJ McCollum. And so,
we haven't really talked about something very important. This is the game in where Jimmy Butler got suspended last time. Najee Marshall's a little bitch.
Yeah, Dan, did you watch X-Men 97, bro? Like the first two episodes?
It's doing numbers.
Was it good?
I haven't seen it yet, but
You saw the first two episodes of X-Men 97? Yeah, they were solid. Like they were solid. Like I woke up 3:00 this morning to watch them. But yeah, like they were solid. But yeah,
them boys coming.
It's a continuation. It's a continuation of the original series. So you know what I mean. Like there's something. But X-Men 97 was dope. Yeah, that's all we got to talk about today. I'm surprised that we gave y'all an hour because I didn't expect to do so. The Instagram live has ended at exactly 1 hour, so we're done there. But thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the guys who joined me on the panel, my boy George, and, of course, the chairman of the Kane Gang, my boy Kane Ricky, pulling up one time for the one time. We will see you guys. When do we play New Orleans?
2 days.
In 2 days? Mm-hmm. So on Friday?
Yep.
All right. Wait. No. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, well, what's interesting is that New Orleans will be on the second night of a back-to-back, because on the 21st, they play the Magic. So that might help. And we're at home. So that might help as well. So, again, thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my two panelists, my boy George, and, of course, Kane, Ricky, J. Mark. We will see you guys in 2 days when we play them. I might do a Spaces tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that. But, yeah, play the video, me!
The Knicks are a better franchise than the Heat.